Nevis on January 16, 2024. The sessions which concluded on the 17th of January were crucial for the Federation and the broader Caribbean region. It is dedicated to raising awareness among senior government officials about the vulnerabilities of public networks and the pressing need to develop robust strategies against the growing threat of cybercrime. And so basically this session was held to sensitize and develop strategies for cybercrime. I know that's something that some people unfortunately don't take serious, but safeguarding your information. Institutions in St. Kitts and Nevis have fallen victim to cybercrime. I think recently, sometime last year, I believe, the NIA had an issue where their system was hacked into, and so their emails and all of that were affected. I think a financial institution in St. Kitts, they too had issues with a cybercrime. They were a victim of cybercrime, and so these sessions are being held to sensitize government officials and others about the importance of cybercrime and to implement strategies to mitigate against cybercrime, and basically for people to be aware and to safeguard your information. So when you're asked to change your password or to keep changing your password, that is why. In sports, in the area of sports, Newtown Sporting Facility now has a fresh look, and the Ministry of Sports, or the Department of Sports, they are currently upgrading the sporting facilities across the island. And so the Newtown Sporting Facility, they did some repaint and fix up the area, so it's now looking brand new, and there is some work happening at other sporting facilities across St. Kitts. It's 5 minutes past the 11 o'clock hour. You're listening to The Edge here on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. We'll take a short break, and when we come back, we'll continue the conversation here on The Edge.
The future is unknown. Protect your life, your family, and your valuables from unforeseen circumstances. Let National Caribbean Insurance give you the peace of mind that you so deserve. At NCI, we offer a suite of affordable insurance plans that can be tailored to ease your financial burden. We aim to deliver exceptional products to satisfy all your insurance needs. Whether life, health, motor, or property insurance, NCI has the right solution for you. Our friendly and knowledgeable sales professionals are ready and able to assist you. Let National Caribbean Insurance Company Limited help you to prepare for the unexpected. We serve, we protect, we satisfy. That's NCI.
Join ZIZ Television for the return of Healthwise on Monday, January 22nd at 8:30 p.m. for a look at men's health, chronic diseases, and mental health. Healthwise will be hosted by Dr. Algie Pear, Dr. Monique Lescott, Dr. Patrice Lawrence, and Dr. Jolette Woodley. Join ZIZ TV every Monday for the medical information you need to make educated decisions to live a healthy lifestyle. Healthwise, Mondays on ZIZ TV, returning January 22nd at 8:30 p.m.
Welcome back to The Edge here on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I'm Devonne, Cornelius, and thank you so much for joining me on the program for today, Thursday, January 18th, 2024. Thank you for joining. The phone lines will be open later, so you can call us at 465-2555. Our overseas number is 718-577-2916. And you can also follow the conversation via ZIZ's social media platforms such as YouTube and Facebook. Thank you for joining. On Wednesday, the Director of Public Prosecutions at Smith spoke at length about measures geared towards stamping out corruption in St. Kitts and Nevis. He gave an update on declarations of public officials who have filed their declarations with the Integrity in Public Life Commission and other measures that they will be implementing and other areas that they will be focusing on to ensure that the St. Kitts and Nevis is corruption free. He mentioned that since the press conference, there was an anti-corruption press conference held in December 2023. And according to the DPP, since that press conference where he made the public appeal, people have come forward to file their declarations with the Integrity and Public Life Commission. So you will recall that during the press conference, I think it was held on the 8th of December 2023, the DPP used the opportunity to encourage people to file their declarations, and those people know who they are. I think they have since clarified exactly who it applies to. Some time ago, I think it was last week, I shared with you the list of people who are required to file or declare their assets with the Integrity in Public Life Commission. And of course, what the DPP is saying is that people have since come forward. Not everybody, but people are in the process. People are coming forward. As soon as they find out, hey, this thing applies to me, then people are coming forward to make their declarations, which is a good thing. And the DPP again used the opportunity on Wednesday to encourage more public officials to come on board and file their declarations. He emphasized that this is not something that they just get up and say, well, let's try this thing. This is a law. This is a law, not just in St. Kitts and Nevis, but in other territories, whether it be in the region or worldwide, where as public officials or people who have some sort of responsibility for the public purse or the public funds or public assets, you are required to declare your assets and explain how did you get that. And so this is a part of an effort again to stamp out corruption. He said there is not a case where they want to use the big stick approach, but they're encouraging people and they're giving people an opportunity to file. I think there was a deadline. I think the deadline has since been extended, I think, to the 30th of April this year. And so people have that time to file. Now, in a press release that he issued sometime last week, he mentioned that charges have already been written up. It's just for him to fill in the information with people who are yet to make their declarations. And so he again encouraged people to file. What he's saying is that it should not be a case where you just don't want to file. Perhaps you have reasons as to why you have not filed as yet. But it cannot be a case where you just say, well, me ain't filing because that's my business. No. What the DPP is saying is, if you are a public official, you must declare your assets as required by the law. He too, as the DPP, is required to declare his assets, as well as the other officials within the legal fraternity or the Ministry of Justice and Legal Affairs. I recently saw that they're putting out an application for the Deputy Director of Public Prosecutions. And so all of these people are required to file with the Integrity in Public Life Commission. The DPP said that there is a concern with confidentiality on the part of the commission, where people are fearful that if they make their declarations, and maybe fearful is a bit of a strong word here, but people are concerned that if they are to make the declarations, they might hear it on the road, or they might see it in a social media post, or it just might get out in the public's domain. And what the DPP is saying is that that is illegal. So if you make your declaration, if you file your declarations with the commission, and that gets out into the public, then that breaches the Unauthorized Disclosure of Information Act that was recently passed in the National Assembly. And you can also bring a civil suit against the commission. And so there are consequences for that. But that was the concern. The DPP said people, and public officials that is, have when they were being asked or told to make their declarations. It's 11:15. You're listening to The Edge on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I'm Devonne, Cornelius. We'll begin taking your calls at 465-2555 or 718-577-2916. The phones are open, and so you can call us, participate in the conversation. We'll take the first call for this morning. Caller, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Hey, good morning. I hear listening to you. Right? I don't want to sound like a fool, but Lord, please give me an ear and see my concern. Yes, technology is advanced. It's going and heaven know where it's going. But let's look at plastic.
Look at what, sorry?
Today, plastic.
Plastic?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a step of advance in technology to them. But they didn't look down the road and see the consequence of what man is making, the effect younger on the environment today. Today, they're hiding it from you. Plastic is one of the biggest pollution. Plastic is what causing global warming because the plastic reflects a heat from the sun when you're out there in the sea or in the water. Lord have mercy. Brother, me and our scientist, but somebody ain't looking in a certain spot or somebody got them looking the other way. This technology that we are stepping into, we don't know the consequence. Right? And I hear you say something yesterday about congratulations for Boucher School to join in with the school in Taiwan. And one of the things I heard mentioned is to share.
You say you heard that yesterday? Where? Sorry.
Yesterday you spoke about it. That I think sorry, not you. The education minister, Dr. Jeffrey Henry. Sorry.
Okay.
Right? About some Boucher school join with a school in Taiwan, and they're going to share information and culture. I don't want to be cynical, but what is our culture? We put up poor old people who got the knowledge in old folks' home. Lock them away. And what do we learn today? People sick looking for castor oil, can't find castor oil. I remember when I was a little boy, the old people them used to make it. Where's our culture gone? What kind of culture we going to share with them?
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your contribution to the program. Let's head back to the phone lines and we'll take this call. Caller, good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning, Mr. Cornelius.
Good morning. How are you today?
Oh, I'm not doing too bad for my age.
All right.
Yeah. Mr. Cornelius.
Yes.
As we having the back and forth with Big Life and the Honorable Minister from number 3, right? Mm-hmm. Well, I see that he have taken up one of the duties of constituency representative and caretakers too. Caretakers, I need to get up and start working. Meet with all your constituents. So I see the minister will be meeting with his constituents today because really, what Big Lie said that plenty people in number 3 balling. It's true, because many of them just come to me and balling. And I tell them, well, are you elect a representative and are you have a caretaker, which is Milo Box, meet with them and tell them all your concerns and organize meetings, because all of these, whether the caretaker or the representative for the area, they have a committee. Meet with the committee members. Them, if you can't see the minister or you can't see the caretaker, they have a committee. They have a committee member. Each party and each representative for the area has a committee. And most people know the committee members. But what I find is that after elections, the committees, them to the caretakers and the ministers just seems to go disappear like a ghost. They seem to think that the work has done. So it is good to see that he taken up the call from Big Light and many of us, the other callers, who continue to sting, and I guess he hear the cry up and down in the bars, the shops and everything. People were bawling that they're not seeing him. He's not doing anything. So I hope today when he meets with his constituents, he ain't just talk, as he's singing one his song, and he will show his trophy now, because the people saying that he ain't showing no trophy. So, Honorable Cornelius Maynard, I hope today when you meet, and whatever you promise the constituents, that you will show your trophy and work and do what you promise. Well, to the minimum wage, people got to understand, it is good you give a minimum wage increase. People want it, people need it. But here's the thing. The other side that you got to look at the business side, the employer side. Is anything happening that the employers could afford it? Why you have to look around and say, no, carnival just gone, everybody make a little money out the carnival. But that money now have to return to pay staff, pay your utilities, turn back over the business. And turning over the business, everything gone back, what we just said, dead and slow. So the question is, can all of these businesses in this slow time, while the private sector and the public sector has promised to bring forth a large number of projects this year, which will take some time, can these employers afford to pay the minimum wage to all the staff? That's a question. Then here is it now. What the employers can do. The employers must pay the minimum wage, So, because if they look at the business and they don't see that they could continue it till when something really big happen in the country, a serious injection, the employers have the right, Labor Department, the government can't do anything about it because it's the employers' right. They could cut the hours of workers. Instead of laying them off or sending them home, they can cut the hours of workers and they don't make the minimum wage. So that's a right of employers. So all the employers looking at the business and the financial status don't have to pay the minimum wage, because they see they can't afford it up until June and nothing major happens. They cut days and they cut hours. And that is a right. Labor Department, the government, only could do one thing: bring forward projects to put some injection in the economy so that the employers could make money, so they could keep the staff employed for the 40 hours and 5 or 6 days a week where you make the minimum wage.
Yeah. Before you go, I want to just say something. I think that's the shortcut that employers may take, right? But if you work the 8 hours, you have to get the minimum wage. So the shortcut that employers
8 hours
take,
for 5 days a week, which will give you 40.
yes. So if you work the 40 hours, you have to
They
get
have
the
to
minimum
pay the
wage.
minimum wage.
Right. But what you're saying is that employers may take a shortcut and
Yes.
only bring you in for 2 days of the week.
Yes.
Then you won't get minimum wage. So I
You won't
understand
get
what you're
minimum
saying.
wage.
Yes, yes.
And not only that, they could bring you in every day of the week, but cut your hours and you still don't make the 40 hours,
yeah.
and you still don't make the minimum wage.
Yeah.
But you're working every day. That's employers' right, and Labor Department
Yes.
can't do anything about it. The government can do something about it, and the private sector, which put some injection of starting up big projects, and the big they could keep all the staff for the 40 hours and 5 and 6 and up to 7 days a week.
All right.
Are gone.
Thank you for your contribution, caller. It is 11:24. We have another caller. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, Mr. Cornelius.
Yes, welcome. Good morning.
I want to speak to one of the topics that you mentioned in terms of the sporting facilities around the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis.
Okay.
And my question is, I understand that there's some work going on down at the Halfway Tree sporting facilities. There's something going on up at the Kim Collins and in the Newtown playing field. I would say kudos to the minister and the Ministry of Sport.
Yes.
But we, the people of the community out of Connery, our question is, when would our sporting facility even commence? And I said that to say the former administration, just before the last general election, had town hall meeting in the community, and they said to us that they have the funds, available funds has already been acquired and there to start the work. We had a conversation with the Prime Minister, and he promised it would have started sometime last year. We're in a new year now, and we're not seeing anything. But as you said, there's 3 sporting facilities that is getting some form of facelift. So my question to the minister, to the ministry, is when and if they still have intention of doing anything over in Connery. So I don't know if you can do a little investigation for me and find out if it's possible.
Well, I've definitely taken note of that.
Yeah.
And as soon as I get the information, I'll bring it back.
Okay, man. Thank you very much.
And thank you so much for your contribution to the program. It's 11:26. The phone lines are open. We're taking your calls. You have a caller? Yes. Caller, you're on the air. Good morning.
Good morning, my friend Devonne.
How are you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you?
Not bad at all. Giving thanks for life.
Okay, me too. Life and everything. Oh, Devonne, I think it was last year, some time ago, there was an issue, yes, with immigrants coming to our land. And they did not come in legally. And as soon as they get in, right away, they find a companion and they're married. To the Thursday, by Monday, they apply for citizenship. And what next? And through that, the authorities step down and clamp down on that. Well, conversation between some younger people who are not looking about tomorrow, just looking at today, was in the air. And I happened to hear them myself between 2 individuals commenting about it. And you know what they say? One tell the other one, boy, it's an easy way to make money. Go and marry to one of them people who ain't from here. Because there's a lot of money they're paying for that. So I listened to him carefully and I heard in a way that they couldn't see me. So I'm saying to this, our immigration, I asking them and who are doing what you call national security on our shores. I've been asking them over the years and months, please, to stay focused on our borders. Our country is too small for a lot of things that happening here which we're not accustomed to. Our country is a country of principle and pride, and all of that they gone out the door. All because of what? Some people just ain't want to do their work after 8 hours. Now you're getting pay. A police is a police until he dies. And immigration is an immigration until he or she dies. Same thing goes to custom. And same thing goes to concerned citizens who love your country. When we see wrong, we're supposed to report it to the authorities. And when such report comes in, do not procrastinate and do not put it on the table. So I'm asking them to step up and get out on the road and clean up our country. A lot of wrong things going on. And the last thing, do you know a lot of new prostitution business open up? And, you know, prostitution is illegal. Well, a lot of that going on.
It's legal or illegal?
It is ill, it's sick, it's wrong. And that a lot of that spring up. and I tell you something, the amount of young men boozing around the area there, the authorities who supposed to enforce the law, they need to visit those places and see what's going on. Do like the overseas man them.
All right.
Are going on. When them police overseas hear about anything like that, they don't just like a police. They just like a solicitor, and they go in and they catch you. So it's sick. Thank you, Devonne.
All right, Colin, thank you. Let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll continue the conversation here on The Edge on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I'm Devonne Cornelius. I'll be right back.
Watch your step there, little man. That party's falling into the sea.
But Daddy, when it all slips into the sea, where will we live?
Well, son, that would take a long time. So let's not worry about that right now. Just enjoy the beach, okay?
Daddy, when Grandpa brought you to the beach, was it slipping in then?
I can't remember, but that shed over there was not so close to the water, so I guess so.
So, Daddy, when I bring my children to the beach, will there even be a beach still? I learned all about climate change in school, and teachers said we have to change our habits or it would be even worse.
So, big man, what do you think we should do?
Really? Who is the daddy here anyway?
Okay. We will ask your teacher where she got her information, and then we'll do our own little part.
Good, because I want to keep coming to the beach with you, even when you're like 100.
Change your heart, change your habit. We the people can change how we approach the impact of climate change. A message of hope from Island Resilience, promoting a climate of change.
This is my land, my island, our home. It's time to come together to keep her forever resilient and strong.
Island Resilience, promoting a climate of change. The Climate Change Adaptation and Sustainable Land Management Initiative of the OECS Commission, funded by the European Union.
Go to islandresilience.org for more information, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Welcome back to The Edge. Let's head back to the phone lines and we'll take some more calls. Caller, good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning, Brother Devon. Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
First, I always want to thank God for life. Thank God for the Federation of Think It News. We live in a blessed country. And I believe that if we as human beings and right citizens of this country, I believe that, and pull ourselves together, I believe that we'll be forced to reckon with any other island. Especially in farming or whatsoever. We ain't getting much rain now. And I believe that climate change has caused a lot of things to slow the economy, because the farmers them can't do much planting, because as soon as a little rain come and they plant, when they plant and the things them start to go, when you look the sun come out hot, they burn right down. I just a few months ago, a guy came in on the farm. He planted over 100 and something banana trees, and they burn all of them burn down. All of them burn down by the heat. So we just got to put our trust in God and let us pray for some rain, and let we live at one. But Devonne, my input today that I don't want to the trades and labor union still intact and still got a lot of power. And if the trade and labor union intact, I call in and the citizens of this country, the workers of this country, to go out. Since that's the only union we got here as a strong united union, go out and join the union. Because a lot of we workers here getting too much advantage from some of these big firms. Up to last night I met a guy, I think in the early 60s, and he was talking to me, telling me that, in the pandemic, he worked for a firm for 26 years. And right now he ain't working, and up to now, not a cent. Nothing. I turned to him and tell him, I said, brother, you say we had a strong union here to back us up. You don't get your money, brother. I believe you get your money, The people need to go join a union. And anybody got any thinking or any want to organize a union, they could do it to help the ordinary man in the country, man, because we suffering a lot from when we work so much years on these sites. We work so hard. We help build the site, build these companies. And when you look now, they're going to just lay you off because of maybe something. And you ain't get a job after all the years. But it's bad. Mm-hmm. And I just call in and the young people, them especially, to join the union, try your social security for your own entrepreneur. Do something, because when you all reach down in age, that does be the problem. And a lot of people suffer from that. A lot of elderly suffer from that. Ain't getting nothing more from the social security. And I believe that is something that they're supposed to consider. Anybody there, man? God bless you. That's it. You have a blessed day.
Thank you. Same to you.
All right, Colin. Thank you for your contribution to the program. The phone lines are open. We have any more callers? We have a caller. Yes, caller. Good morning. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, Devonne. How are you doing?
Good morning. I'm
good. I got some trumpet. Somebody bring some trumpet bushes this morning for me. I could give you some.
Thank you.
I look at coal. You know trumpet bush? The white on one side and the brown on the other side.
Yes, I know them. Yes, I had some.
Somebody brought some for me yesterday. So, good morning, Devonne.
Yes, good morning.
Did you say that the DPP prolonged the filing thing?
If he prolonged it?
Or change it to April?
No, there has been an extension. So every year the deadline is April 30th.
Yeah, I understand.
Right.
In relation to the one he said that you have to file by the 26th of January, has he extended that?
I'll have to pedal back on that one just to be certain. But I do recall that the deadline is the 30th of April. It was not that before, I believe, but it's now that.
All right, now the next thing. Last night I called in on Honorable Mark Brantley's show to find out if the divisions have to file with the same deadline, seeing that they would have filed before. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, what you said is that the members of cabinet, parliament, they will have to file even though they file in Nevis. But there seems to be some concern in Nevis about requesting the government, like NEVLEC, and so those that are not related to the federal government in having to file in St. Kitts. Have you heard about that?
No, but I don't see why there is a concern.
You don't see why there's a concern?
No.
You're asking, remember that the thing says those in, remember Nevis have their own government, eh?
Mm-hmm.
So the Nevis law covers those who work for the Nevis government and its subsidiaries.
So should it be a case where it's just the parliamentarians?
That is what I think he said he was discussing the matter.
But I'm asking you, should it just be a case for the parliamentarians and then those other entities file with the Nevis Commission?
I think so.
But that doesn't make any sense.
It makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
Because listen to me, they're filing twice. Those in St. Kitts filing once and they're filing twice.
So let me ask you a question. You just said that Nevis has its own government, right?
And they have their own integrity in public life bill too, right?
You're listening to me?
I ain't about to ask you that question.
You listening to me?
Go right ahead, my friend. Go right ahead.
You said that Nevis has its own government, right?
True.
So the the other entities should file with the Nevis Commission, right?
Yes.
So how is it that those entities should file with the Nevis Commission, but the representatives in the Nevis government should file with the Federal Commission? And
no,
the
what
Nevis
they
Commission?
say, only those who in the Parliament should really file. Because remember them.
But that's what I said. The representatives.
Yeah, but remember that you have the NRP to people. NRP and the non-NRP, they're also part of the Nevis.
Carla, we don't establish that. I said representatives.
So, let me ask you, should they file in St. Kitts or in Nevis?
In both St. Kitts and Nevis.
So why should they have to file twice? That's the point I want to know. What is the benefit of filing twice? And as he said, right? He said the matter is being discussed with the AG.
Okay.
Because to everybody it don't make no sense.
So do you know the status?
File in St. Kitts alone.
Do you know the status of the commission in Nevis? Do you know if it's operating fully?
It is operating.
Do you know if it is fully commissioned in terms of all of the members and everything?
Is the one in St. Kitts fully thinking from listening to your program?
Okay.
From listening to your program, I'll say the program you're on, right? That's not your program. From listening to this program, I have discovered that the one in St. Kitts is not fully established, so? Answer me.
So you ain't answered me, but you want me to answer you?
Yeah.
Okay.
When you answer me, I don't tell you. Okay. I don't know about the Nevis one, but I know about the St. Kitts one because callers on this show have said that there's only one commissioner. Yeah, so I can't answer for what I don't know.
Okay.
But answer me now, is it so? What about Nevis?
Well, you just said it. I can't answer for what I don't know.
Oh, man, you're like it. All right. I mean, that's the one that we set up with friends. So I'm asking you again, is the deadline the 26th of...
I'll verify. I don't want to say,
because people are,
and I'm not sure, so I'll verify and I'll get back to you.
Yeah, people are speculating that pressure would be put on the DPP to extend it, so people would lose confidence. If you say you're going to do it the 21st, he was going to do it the 31st, he going 21st, now you're heading to April. It was April long time. They were to file in April last year, then he gave them till July, then he gave them to December, he going to give them to April again. We got to be consistent, you know. And political interference is what has happened all of this country. So I want to know and find out from your division, because you're born division, right? What exactly is the status? Because Mr. Branch says he's in discussion with the AG over the matter of NEVLEC and the government of Nevis, whatever you call them, statutory bodies that are not in any way related to the federal government, that they should not be filing in St. Kitts. So check it out. By the way, giving you homework and you don't bring back an answer, you know. Remember, I was a teacher, right?
All right, Carla. Thank you for your contribution to the program. We'll take some more callers.
Get some answers to the things I ask you.
Thank you for your contribution. Let's take this other call. Caller, good morning. You're on the air.
Yes, sir. Carl here again. Question.
Yes.
Remember, we have 3 elected representatives which forms the government in Nevis and are elected in the federal government in St. Kitts. There is a commission in Nevis and there is a federal commission in St. Kitts. My question is, it means then that Mark and the whole Nevis government have to file to the Nevis Integrity Commission in Nevis. And it means that Mark and the other 2 have to file to the Federal Integrity Commission in St. Kitts. Right? Yeah, you have to go that way.
Yeah, so it's the 3 representatives, Matt Brantley, Alexis Jeffers,
have to go that way.
And Eric Evelyn.
Yeah. And then here what is happening now. The commission in Nevis has borne out that they got the teeth, they're giving them the teeth and the office, and the question is, the federal or local government in Nevis is going to give the local government in Nevis, will have to give the Integrity Commission in Nevis the staff and the office. The question is federal government in the...
Wait, caller? Hello, caller? You're breaking up. You're breaking up. You hear me? Hello, caller? You're breaking up. I'm not hearing you clearly.
You're hearing me now?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, I'm asking if the local government is going to give the local Integrity Commission in Nevis its full-time office, secretary and staff full-time, and if the federal government in St. Kitts is going to give the Federal Integrity Commission its office, secretary and staff full-time. Because, before, they under the last government, they had tried to set it up and the cry was about money. So the question is, has the Nevis government in its December budget budgeted for a full-time staff and office for the Integrity Commission in Nevis? And is the federal government in its budget in December budgeted for a full-time staff and an office for the Federal Integrity Commission in St. Kitts, so they can be fully operational all day? And another thing, we always talking about joining a union, and it's a lot of us out here. But the union is not doing no advertising. The union is not reaching out there. They don't have no field officers going out to the job site and encouraging people to come and join the union. Let them know how strong the kind of integrity that the union have. And if it's as strong as it was in the 70s and early 80s and things, they're not doing that. What we are saying, join the union. The union have to get out there and get back in members. It's one side.
All right.
Right? The other thing is, when we're talking about joining union, every office and department now have HR inside of their businesses, and they do discourage the staff from joining any union and say, HR will deal with it in-house. So how are you going to get people? And some businesses right here in St. Kitts Nevis checking workers and to inform them if they join a union, they fire them. And if they have knowledge of them joining a union, they fire them because they have HR department who deal with their in-house businesses. So how are you going to get workers to join a union when you have businesses checking workers? If they join or they have knowledge of them joining a union, they are fired because they have HR to deal with it in-house.
All right.
gone. These are questions and these are things we have to work on.
Thank you, caller, for your contribution to the program. We have another caller?
Yes, I blessed good morning, me. I'm in Carlos boy. Anyway, the headquarters supposed to be in St. Kitts. The headquarters ain't in Nevis, you know. We government down here got the headquarters. Mark only the premier up here. What the prime minister is down here, so down here is the head. You understand? So anything, you got to pass to St. Kitts first, and then you go to Nevis. Because even when you make a phone call up there, you got to go to sometimes government headquarters that you could get the call to go there. So that is how it's going to be. Take care.
All right, caller. Thank you for your contribution. You're listening to The Edge here on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. It's 11:48, and I'm Devonne, Cornelius, your host. Let's head back to the phone lines, and we'll facilitate some more calls. Hello, caller. You're on the air.
Yes. Jazzy. Devonne.
Yeah, hello, yes.
Paul, I ain't have no issue. I hear Jazzy voice, and I'm glad. I say, let her be strong, and I'm calling you to tell her that my mommy passed. She know I used to call for my mom in St. Thomas. You really have seen. Okay, Jazzy?
Yes, Paula. Sorry to hear.
And be strong.
Thank you. We'll talk,
and
okay?
If anything, they're going to bring it on ZIZ. I like you to read it, even if I got to pay you. And you could. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, Paula.
And Devonne?
Yes.
I like to hear your voice because you're so sexy and you're very intelligent. Thanks so much. Love you all. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much for that. We have another caller. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Good morning.
Devonne, question.
Yes.
Okay. Now, the system, right, is the Nevis Island administration with the federal opposition. Right now, you have a federal government right now?
I'm not sure if I understand the question.
No, okay. Well, you know that when the unity was there, the unity farm with PLP and PAM come together, and Nevis was on the federal government bench. But nobody from Nevis now on the federal government bench. So I want to know that if it still operates as a federal government.
No. So remember Team Unity was CCM, PLP, and PAM.
Yes.
That was the federal government, or the government of St. Kitts and Nevis, right? Right now, the federal government is representatives of the Labour Party, right? The opposition members in the federal parliament are, Mark Brantley, Sean Richards, Timothy Harris, and the others from CCM, right? So Nevis is not represented in the federal government. That is what you're asking or trying to understand?
Yeah. But you see, that's why me said me maybe ask the question whether they shouldn't sign twice, because they done and the Nevis Island as Nevis Island administration.
Well, they as in the representatives, considering that the three representatives, Mark Brantley, Alexis Jeffers, Eric Evelyn, considering that they are members of the National Assembly and the Nevis Island Assembly, they would have to file twice.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
For the senator, Latoya Jones, she would only be required to file in the national on the federal level. So just to provide some clarity there. It is 11:52 and you're listening to The Edge here on ZIZ Radio. Let's head back to the phone lines and we'll take some more calls.
Yes, it's me again. Now for my good friend Casilda. Nevis is government is constitutionally condoned or defined. It is not a part. So that there are only certain elements that the federal government control. Defense, the police, the army, the Coast Guard. I think the port too. Apart from that, they have no authority over any department in the Nevis Island administration. We need to know that. So the truth is, Mr. Brantley and the others who are elected to the National Parliament, they would have to file twice. The others, police, whatever position they hold, they will have to file in St. Kitts because they are under the Ministry of National Security.
Yes.
But the other statutory bodies in Nevis, the federal government has no authority over them. As plain as simple as that. Therefore, they cannot force them. And the DPP, or the commission, because they're waiting to hear who. So some people think that the Nevis as an administration is just a branch of the St. Kitts government. That's not true. And if you think so, Section 113 in the Constitution let you know, nothing goes so. We have been given the impression for years that St. Kitts rule Nevis. Not so. Mr. Brantley is the Premier of Nevis. He and his administration and the Parliament, or whatever they call it, make policies and laws. They were given the right to make laws in Nevis. You know that, right? Answer me.
What do you mean if I know that?
Well, I want you to tell the people because one just call in and say.
Caller, go ahead. Make your point. No, caller, go ahead. Make your point. Hurry up.
Right?
Make your
What
point.
was educating people. So when people misunderstand and you are aware of it, you should correct it. Because some people think that Nevis is some part of colony.
I've never heard that. I have never heard that, so I don't know where you get it from. I think people are very clear that there is a Nevis Island administration and there's a government of St. Kitts and Nevis.
Right, and
I've never heard where people say that they believe that the NIA is a branch of the federal government, and I think you know that too. So let us not go there. All right? Good.
We think Dr. Drew Nevis.
Caller, thank you for your contribution. I'm not even going to entertain
Our
that.
aim is to educate.
Yeah, I'm not going to entertain that. It is very clear. I've never heard where people are somehow of the impression, and we're going to pause on the calls. We'll end the calls there. Where people are of the impression that the Nevis Island administration is a branch or an entity or a department of the federal government. It is clear. There's the Nevis Island administration and there's the government of St. Kitts and Nevis, or as we would say, the federal government. It's clear. I don't think it needs an epistle for me to sit down here and explain it. You know that. People know that. People know that. There are certain things that the federal government has responsibility for on the island of Nevis, which you've explained. National security and those areas. Fire and what's not. But we know there's an NIA. We know there are departments and they have sole responsibility for those departments. So I ain't going into no back and forth with nobody about St. Kitts and Nevis Island administration. For me, you're wasting my time because people don't know. All right? It is 11:57. You're listening to The Edge here on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. Thank you so much for joining me on the program for today. And I look forward to talking with you tomorrow. I'll have a very special guest joining me at 11 a.m. Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew is scheduled to join me on the program tomorrow to speak on matters of national importance. So be sure to tune in at 11 via ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM or ZIZ TV. And before I go, I want to tell the callers, please, when you're calling in, turn off your radio or turn off your TV, because there's a lot of feedback and sometimes I can't hear you or you can't hear me, and that is no fault of ZIZ or our equipment and systems here. If you call and your radio or TV or some other device is on, there is going to be a lot of feedback, and you're going to mess up the frequency in terms of us hearing you and vice versa. So please, when you call, just listen to the phone. Until next time, you guys have a good one and take care. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. I'm Devonne Cornelius.
At ZIZ, we want to take a moment to salute our small business owners and encourage you to support them. Our small business owners are always hard at work providing quality goods and services to you. They also provide